Empowered by love, a single dad's triumph. The rain poured heavily that night when Adam sat by the window, watching the world blur through streaks of water on the glass. His life felt just as blurry, uncertain, messy, and overwhelming. His daughter Lily, only 6 years old, was asleep in the next room, clutching the teddy bear her late mother had given her. It had been a year since cancer had taken his wife Emily, and Adam was still learning how to breathe in a world that felt so empty. He had never imagined raising a child alone. He had never prepared for the crushing silence after Lily's bedtime, when loneliness pressed against him like a weight he couldn't shake. But one thing was clear. Adam loved Lily with every fiber of his being. That love became the thread he clung to, even when everything else was falling apart. The first challenge came early. Adam worked long shifts at a construction site, and balancing those hours with Lily's school schedule was nearly impossible. More than once, he rushed into the school office, sweat dripping down his forehead, apologizing for being late to pick her up. Teachers gave him sympathetic looks, but he felt their silent judgment too. Single fathers don't always manage. One evening, Lily asked him quietly, "Daddy, are you mad at me?" Money was another battle. Emily had always been the one who managed their budget, stretched every dollar, and made their home warm and welcoming. He sold his car to cover hospital debts and began taking extra shifts, even when his body screamed with exhaustion. Nights turned into dawns and he barely slept. But every time he saw Lily's smile, he told himself, "This is worth it. She is worth everything." Despite the hardships, Adam tried to keep life magical for his daughter. Still, there were moments when Adam broke down in silence. He would retreat to the bathroom, turn on the faucet to mask his sobs, and let the tears fall where Lily couldn't see. He didn't want her to think her daddy was weak. But what he didn't realize was that strength wasn't about never crying, it was about showing up day after day no matter how hard it was. Then came the day Lily brought home a school project titled My Hero. Adam expected her to write about her mom, or maybe even a superhero she saw in cartoons. But when he read the paper, tears stung his eyes. In shaky handwriting, Lily had written, "My hero is my daddy. He works very hard, and he always makes me laugh. He gives me hugs that make the bad days go away." For the first time in a long time, Adam realized he wasn't failing. He wasn't barely making it. He was enough. With renewed determination, Adam started building a better life for both of them. He enrolled in night classes to finish his degree, often studying after Lily went to bed. Slowly, opportunities began to open. He got promoted to site manager, then eventually landed a steady office position in the same company. The pay was better, the hours more manageable, and for the first time he could breathe a little easier. But the greatest triumph wasn't in the paycheck, it was in the bond he had with Lily. Their relationship grew stronger with every trial they faced. On Father's Day, she stood on the small stage at school, her tiny voice trembling but proud, as she read a poem she had written. "My dad is my sunshine when skies are gray. He is my hero every day." The audience applauded, but Adam barely noticed his heart was too full, his eyes too wet. Years passed, and Lily grew into a young woman full of dreams and determination, just like her father. At her high school graduation, she walked across the stage, her cap slightly crooked, and searched the crowd until she found Adam. When their eyes met, she mouthed, "Thank you, Dad." In that moment, Adam understood something profound. Every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every tear shed in silence, had built this moment. He hadn't just survived as a single father, he had triumphed. It's not because life was easy, but because love had given him the strength to rise above the struggles. The story of Adam and Lily isn't about perfection. It's about the power of love to transform pain into purpose, loneliness into companionship, and despair into hope. Adam's journey proves that when you are empowered by love, even the deepest wounds can heal, and even the heaviest burdens can be carried. And in the end, that love is the greatest triumph of all.